Buenos dias or buenas tardes. If you're watching this at night, buenas noches. Okay, so we're going to do colors. This goes in the same categories that we just did with our adjectives, like big, fat, short, tall. Okay, so the top of your paper, write los colores. Throughout this video, please hit pause whenever you need to. This is my second time recording it because it did not work last time, so I'm afraid I might go faster this time. Okay, so colors are adjectives. Many adjectives in Spanish change in order to match the noun. The color for red is rojo. When using colors, the colors go after the noun and will change to match the noun. So I have this examples. I have a red book. Since we're talking about un libro, that's a masculine word, it's going to be rojo. So I have a book red. Remember, they think the noun's more important, and so the noun goes first, the adjective goes second. Tengo un libro rojo. Our next one, I have 2 red books, okay? You don't need to write any of this down, just listen to it, okay? I have 2 red books. Tengo dos libros rojos. Since now I'm doing libros, it's going to be rojos. I have a red chair. Tengo una silla roja. Now I have a feminine word, silla. So it's going to be a roja. And I have 2 red chairs. Tengo dos sillas rojas. Since it's sillas, it's rojas. Okay, so your endings are going to be in the colors. And they go into 2 different categories. These are going to be the O, the A, the os, and the as. Just like the example I showed you, just like on the big, fat, short, tall. O, A, os, as. So on your notes, I want you to write those endings, O, A, os, as, and we're going to put these words in there. And my formatting did not work going from PowerPoint to Google Slides, but it's rojo, roja, rojos, rojas, anaranjado, anaranjada, anaranjados, anaranjadas. You don't need to write these yet. I just want you to write O, A, os, as. Okay, these are the words you're going to write. Okay, these words follow that O, A, os, as. For red, it's rojo, rojo. Now, if you'll notice on orange, purple, brown, and pink, I'm going to give you additional words that you can use. So that's the reason I have the stars by them, okay? So you can use the first one, anaranjado. Now, if you can say it, you can spell it. A-na-ran-jado. Anaranjado. The word for yellow, amarillo. Amarillo. Now, those 2 L's make a Y sound. Yes, it looks like Amarillo, Texas. Okay, really, it's called Yellow, Texas. Amarillo. The word for purple, one of the words you can use is morado. Morado. There are other words for purple depending on which country you're in, but we're going to use morado and the other word I'm going to give you here in a second. For the word black, it's negro. Negro. The word for white, blanco. Blanco. Have you heard of the movie Casablanca? It means the White House. One of the words for brown, pardo. Pardo. And one of the word for pink, or one of the words we have for pink is rosado. Excuse me, rosado. Rosado. So all of these go O, A, os, and as. They change 4 different ways. This whole page right here. Okay, I'm going to say them one more time. Repeat after me. Rojo. Rojo. Anaranjado. Anaranjado. Amarillo. Amarillo. Morado. Morado. Negro. Negro. Blanco. Blanco. Pardo. Pardo. Rosado. Rosado. Okay, now, these are the ones, oh, I'm sorry, we're going to add 2 more here. I have gold and silver. They also change. They're not going to be on your test, but sometimes maybe you want the words for gold and silver. The word for gold is dorado. Dorado. We have a city in Missouri called El Dorado Springs. Okay, so it means the gold springs. El Dorado. Dorado. The word for silver, plateado. Plateado. Now these These do not fit the same o, a, os, as. Okay, they only go singular and plural. They don't care about masculine and feminine. Okay, so I want you to write both of these down. I want you to write singular and plural. Those are your only options. Okay, we have azul. Azul. When you're doing the Z, make sure you have an S sound. So you have two things that are blue, like two blue books. You'd say dos libros azules. The word for gray, gris, gris, or grises. Okay, now rosa, naranja, and violeta. I underline the A's on those. The reason I underline them because they don't change to an O and they don't change to an OS. So if you want to say a pink book, you could say el libro rosa. Or you can use the other pink, rosado. Either one is fine, but do not change this word to a roso. So pink is rosa. This next word, naranja, it literally means orange as in the fruit. If you look at Crayola crayon on the markers and on the crayons, where they have the Spanish and the French and the English, a lot of them will have naranja. Okay, that's literally the fruit. But some countries are now switching it to naranja because it's just shorter to say. I personally like anaranjado because it's just more fun to say. The word for green is verde. Verde. Here are two words for brown. I don't care if you use pardo, you could use café, or you could use marron, whichever one you want to use. And another word for purple is violeta, and some countries use that word as violet, violeta. But those rosa, naranja, and violeta, they all end in an A. Keep them that way. Okay, so I have some examples here for you. My red pen, mi bolígrafo rojo, because it's a masculine singular. That's a masculine singular, talking about one. The blue flag, la bandera azul. I cannot change the word azul. It's either going to be azul or azules. Those are the only choices I have. La puerta negra, la puerta negra. You don't have to write these in your notes. These are just examples. So it's the black door. Since it's a la, it's going to be negra. An orange chair. Here's my two different oranges. You could say una silla anaranjada or una silla naranja. Now, if I had a book here, I would have el libro anaranjado and el libro naranja because this naranja is not going to change. The other words. 4 and 24 are both adjectives. Numbers are adjectives, but numbers stay where we use them in English. They go before the noun. So if you want to say the 4 green books, it's los cuatro libros verdes. You have to make it plural. Your 22 red pencils, I apologize. I still have the old way of saying 22. Tus 22 lápices rojos. The gray notebooks, los cuadernos grises, because my only choices are gris or grises, because it doesn't go o, a, os, as. 15 brown desks, 15 escritorios, then you can choose which one you want to use, cafés, pardos, or marrones. These are the words that you're going to need to know for your final, because on the color section, I'll say an apple is whatever. So the word for apple, la manzana, la manzana. Make sure you do not say a Z sound in there, la manzana. In orange, just like the color we had up there earlier, la naranja, la naranja. Banana, la banana, la banana. And sometimes you'll see banana as el plátano. Some countries consider that a plantain. If you don't know what a plantain is, it's one of those short brown-looking bananas that you're like, ooh, I don't want to buy that because it's brown, but they're really delicious. They're nice and sweet. And if you can fry those up, they are good. Okay, the word for grass, your H is silent. La hierba, la hierba. A flower or flowers, la flor and las flores. La flor and las flores. Sun, el sol, el sol, the sky, el cielo, kind of looks like ceiling. Ocean, el océano, or you could say sea, el mar. And flag, la bandera, la bandera. Okay, you're going to get points for these notes. So I'm going to look for all your colors for the o, a, os, as. I'm going to look for the two columns that either go singular or plural. And I'm going to be looking for these words as well. Okay, so these words are due the next time I see you. Okay, adios.